Okay, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Thursday Thanksgiving Day edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Batters Orthopedic Clinic, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com, Restored Motions, RestoredMotions.com, and ProCharge EV, ProChargeEV.com. Okay, y'all. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Thanks for being here. I don't suspect this will be a super long show. Although you never really know, because sometimes, you would think, well, the holiday shows, people are doing holiday things, but then you realize everybody's home. Probably just sitting around, waiting to pour that first cocktail, first glass of wine, pop the bird in the oven, or drop it in the grease, or whatever the case may be. But I love Thanksgiving because we got a ton of food, we got football all day, and you got family. So it's a fun day. Be watching the NFL. I'm actually excited about 3 games today. The Lions are good, which they never are, and so the Lions being good on Thanksgiving makes the noon game fun. Commanders Cowboys, that's a huge spread, but one of the sharp plays this week is the Commanders because it's a giant overreaction to Washington getting smoked last week. That line is inflated. It should be probably around 8.5. Instead it's at 13. I actually played it at 13.5. So love the Commanders with the points today. And then the nightcap, the Niners and the Seahawks. I actually hooked up the Lions and the Niners on a teaser. I think it's got the Lions 1 and the 9. Maybe they were both at 1. The Lions and the Niners both at 1 when I played it. So anyway, so excited, man. And then we got the Egg Bowl tonight. Ole Miss, Mississippi State. Tigers practice this morning, and then they'll go do Thanksgiving Day with their families if they're nearby. If not, the players who don't have family in town we'll go with coaches to their families Thanksgiving. So, a good day. Pelicans won last night. They beat Sacramento. They're at the Blender. So Pelicans get above 500. They're at 8-7 on the season now. So yeah, man, a lot going on, a lot to like and enjoy. So Greg Popovich chastising fans for booing Kawhi Leonard. What an idiot. Anyway, all right. Y'all fire away. Let's say some good mornings here. Like I said, I don't anticipate we'll do a super long show, but 2,100 and 2,119 consecutive days. You better believe we'd be here on Thanksgiving. So let's roll. Trey Fisher, good morning, Trey Fisher. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. Bubba Smith, good morning. Bubba Tatum, the Bubbas are out. Chris Keller, good morning. Pels on a roll. Pels will win last night, bro. You beat Denver. Boom. There we go. You beat Denver. You lost it closer to Minnesota. But back-to-back wins over the Kings, and you smoked them a few nights ago. Beat by 30. 36, and then you squeaked past them last night. So, yeah, man, Pelly's looking good. They've won 4 of their last 5. A little bit of a streak here. That's awesome. Doug Ashton, good morning. Hope you and the fam are well, Doug. Jeff McKithen, good morning. Kelly Gross, Brody Fontenot. Hope you have a great sip and a smoke later. That will happen, friend. That much I guarantee you. So we'll go. We'll go to Scone family Thanksgiving is scaled down this year. So we normally do big extended family Thanksgiving lunch with my family. Then we go to Erica's for dessert. Erica's family's for dessert. And then, we stay for the rest of the afternoon and evening, eat leftovers for dinner sort of thing. But my family kind of doing a scaled down thing this year. So it's just my brother staying in Lafayette. My cousins all are doing their own thing. So I'm just going to, Erica, Drew, and I will go to my parents. So we'll have my mom, dad, Gramps, us, and then my sister is in town from Kansas. So Alicia, her husband, and their 4 kiddos. So a little bit of a scale down. My Aunt Karen will be there as well. So a little bit of and Harold. So a little bit of a scale down Scone family Thanksgiving. But looking forward to it nonetheless. It's won't get to see everybody today, which is kind of a bummer. You love getting to see family on Thanksgiving, but still going to be a good day. So Donovan Peterson, Leon Williams, Wendell Norman, Matt Lusto, Larry Gardner, Henry Price. Good morning. Brad David, you changed my opinion on the expanded playoff. I used to worry it could ruin the regular season. Brad, thank you for being open-minded to considering an alternate point of view. That's not an easy thing for people to do. We tend to be very staunch in our opinions and we don't waver. But yes, in the same way that people feared that the BCS would ruin college football, it didn't. In the same way that people feared the 4-team playoff would ruin college football, we still love it. A 12-team playoff is going to make college football so much better. Imagine how many more teams would be playing massively meaningful games this weekend. LSU among them. Leon Williams, love the shirt. Where can I scoop one up? I don't even know if these are still for sale, man. Actually, Alden Cartwright had a friend who did shirts. Is the Swamp Assassin guy. If you're familiar with the Swamp Assassin line, and so he designed the shirts, put it up on his website. I don't even know if they're still available, quite honestly. But you can go check. You can go check the. I don't know. Anyway, I mean, this was what what year did the Ted Peterson thing happen? 2018? Was that the SEC tournament 2018? I mean, like 6 years ago. Been a minute. I should have bought 2 because this one's starting to wear a little thin. Jacob Thompson, morning, Matt. I hope you have a good Thanksgiving. You too, Jacob. Thanks, man. Travis Tucker, Greg Carter, Gary Petrie. Good morning, y'all. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Guy Brooks, Jason H. Good morning. Travis Tucker, Cliff Nelson. Good morning. First cocktail already started. Yes, sir. I went and got a workout in this morning, y'all. I already worked out, already back. Haven't showered yet. I need to because I'm just basically a sweaty, filthy mess right now. I was putting on a dry shirt to do this. I'm going to shower in a minute, but haven't poured that cocktail yet. Cliff, I had to go get a workout in to justify the abuse I'll put my body through later today. Gulf South, good morning. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. Armani Hayes, happy Thanksgiving. Do you think they will fire House if Jaden doesn't win the Heisman? Armani Hayes, I think they're going to fire Matt House regardless. I've answered that question literally every day, probably since the Ole Miss game. You just don't survive that. So I'm not calling for it. I'm not. The hell? See that right there? I thought that was a smudge on the screen, like a cut or something on my bicep. That's weird. What I could have done would have cut my arm. Anyway. Cliff Nelson. A wise man once said you can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning. Now, that is true. That is a factual statement. A tad aggressive, but who am I here to judge? You know what, Cliff? If I were frying turkeys right now, like if I were you, right? And Cliff's frying turkeys for the whole neighborhood. If I was frying turkeys and I was starting at 9:30 in the morning on a cold day like this, you better believe I'd have a hot toddy poured. For sure. There ain't no doubt. So I ain't mad at you at all, Cliff. Greg Carter, Matt, what are the chances LSU and Bama play again in a bowl game? Literally 0. The only way that could potentially happen is if they played in the playoff and LSU's not going to the playoff. So like literally 0. Brian Wynn, happy Thanksgiving. Brennan Huff, LOL at Popovich, only made the crowd be louder. If you missed it, so Kawhi returned to San Antonio last night, and the Spurs fans were booing him every time he touched the ball and shooting a free throw. So Popovich goes to the public address mic and he's like, "Hey, can we stop the booing here? That's not who we are." And then they just start booing him louder. It was so good. Like, who are you, man? Like, what are we talking about? These are professional athletes. I don't think I've ever been to a professional sporting event where someone wasn't booed. Of course, what are you talking about? Like, shut up. Being chastising your own fans. Why? Just because you're an old man who used to win a lot when you had good players and you didn't have good players, you stopped winning a lot? Get out of here, Greg Popovich, you dork. Damon Gilmore, Brendan McGlynn. What's up, Brendan McGlynn? Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving. Excited to watch amazing football today. Yes, sir. Shane Big Fella, what up? Hunter Broadhead. I like the over in the Egg Bowl. I haven't looked at the total, man. God, Mississippi State's offense has been so bad. I know their rallying cry is, hey, send Will Rogers out on a high note. It's a home game, and maybe they play over their heads. We'll see. Austin Kidder, good morning. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm thankful you always remain objective and rational, unlike other national media members melting over Jaden Daniels' Heisman candidacy. I don't know that I'm always rational. Well, maybe, okay. I am emotional. That's what I should say. Objective, rational, I like to think that. Emotional, though, I definitely get emotional. Dax Jeter, happy Thanksgiving. Let's see, my point yesterday about Knicks versus Daniels debate is that the pro-Knicks people talk more about what Daniels hasn't done than what Knicks has done. Yeah, I think that's fair. I don't remember exactly what you said, Dax. My apologies. But I think that's fair. Yeah, I think... I think yesterday we played the Ryan Leaf comment, right? And Ryan Leaf's comment was very nondescript. He essentially said it's just a very clear top two, and I don't know what to tell you if it's not. If you think anything else, like I don't even know who would be it. It's like he didn't make a case. He just basically said this is the top two. But anyway, yeah, I agree. Let's see, Irfan Sayad, Gamorgan, Gamorgan. Abner Neal, let's see, Jason, making donut and bacon and egg sandwiches. Okay. Now that's how you get Thanksgiving started, friend. Joe Parker, Joseph Baggert, Dalton Barnett, they wanted us, hashtag Team Drew, hashtag Happy Turkey Day. You know what's funny, Dalton? I actually did go back on Twitter yesterday. I don't know why I did this, but I did a Twitter search for my name and Nuss. And oh boy, might I have some fun with that. All the people who tweeted at me about Nuss over the last 2 years, there were some doozies. And maybe I'll wait until, I don't know, maybe I'll wait until, I don't know if I want to deal with those people. But it was funny. Let's just, like, I could freezing cold take a lot of people. Yeah, maybe I'll do it. It'll be fun. David Furr, Dustin Balello, what up, Dustin? Good to see you, man. Hope to see you at Whiskey and Wine. Rhett Cruthards, happy Thanksgiving. Good to see Malik and BT semifinalists. Testament to the year the offense is having. Very true. Jeff Jones, bring back Corey Raymond. Jeff, I'll say this again. First of all, you'd have to make a change in the secondary, which I think there's a good possibility they will. And Brian Kelly would have to want to bring Corey Raymond back. And I don't know if he does. What I am very confident in saying is if the opportunity is presented to Corey Raymond to return, he would run to Baton Rouge. I'll say it to you that way. The invitation just need be extended. I'll put it to you that way. Rocky Killian, happy Thanksgiving. How confident do you feel about LSU getting Underwood, and how good do you think he can be? So Rocky, I'll take that in two parts. How confident do I feel they can get him? I have no idea. I have no firsthand information. I can look at all the circumstantial information. For those that don't know, Bryce Underwood's the #1 player in the country for 2025. He's a quarterback out of Michigan. And he's down basically to LSU in Michigan, and he's going to announce next month. Or at the beginning of January, excuse me. But Michigan just took a quarterback for the 2025 class. And 75% of the crystal balls are all LSU. He's come down here with his family on unofficial visits. I mean, they've paid their way to come down here like 4 times. And he did not visit Michigan for a game this year. All of that circumstantial evidence points to the fact that, yeah, LSU's probably the team. Okay, that's one. How good can he be? I have no idea. I don't watch, like, high school game film. I don't know. and even if I did, I'm not sure I would be able to give you a great projection, right? Because a lot of that high school stuff is who you're playing against and whatever. But, you know, if you have a chance to get the number one player in the country out of the state of Michigan, he's a quarterback, I mean, you could see how impactful that could be. If you get him down here and if Nuss plays next year, you know, and then you go into 25 with potentially Nuss back for a fifth season. Your Ricky Collins in his third season, Colin Hurley in his second season, and Bryce Underwood in his first season. You know, you look ahead to 26, you probably have some attrition, and he's competing for a job then, which could be a lot of fun. Long ways away, though. Chris Keller saw the women's team pictures headed to the Cayman Islands. Yeah, they'll play Friday, Saturday. Julio Mendez, good morning. Happy Thanksgiving to the fam, man. Hope y'all are great. Philip Striva, Lowell Cormier, 8 degrees here, cooking in the garage today. Whoo, boy. Lowell is our resident North Dakotan who watches. Ryan Dixon, what's going on? Have not been to BR. Should be in the area in December. Still got well at 12. Ryan, let's chat. Let us chat. Message me when you're heading this way. You know I'm always down to do a deal. We're talking whiskey, folks. A whiskey deal is what we're talking about. So let me know. Deborah Coward, good morning. Happy Thanksgiving. Brody Fontenot. Oh, I already read that one. Sorry. I kind of went bottom to the top. Are we just about done? Mark Hammond. What else we got? Nicole Havard. Happy Thanksgiving. Ryan DeLon. Yeah, Ryan. Can't believe LSU's last game is tomorrow. We wait all year and it's over so quick. It's true. We pine and pine and pine and wait for it. It gets here, and then we just don't stop and enjoy it. We're constantly thinking about the next game, the next game, the next game, the next game, and then it's over. It goes so quick. Michael Richard, good morning. Happy Thanksgiving. Tom Granig, good morning from the Egg Bowl. Hey, all right, Tom, hang on one second. I got a question for you. So as I mentioned, I was just in the car, went to the gym, and I was coming back home. And I heard a commercial on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge for some race sponsored by a po' boy shop in Natchez. And the voice on the commercial said, "This is Tom Granning from blubbity 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 bloop, come run the blubbity bloop." Forgive me, that's why frequency matters on radio advertising, on all advertising. That's why you can't just run one ad and think people are good. You have to hear it multiple times before it settles. But anyway, I did hear the name Tom Granning, and I was going, I know the name Tom Granning. Tom, was that you? I would assume that would be you. Do you live in Natchez? Do you own a sandwich shop in Natchez? Are you putting on a race? Are you sponsoring a race in Natchez? And if so, please share with us the information. We'd love to help support it and promote it. Steve Scott, what's going on? Pat Alvarez, happy Thanksgiving from Breckenridge, Colorado. Okay. Chris Keller, Saints should draft Daniels. Like you said, they haven't drafted a quarterback in years. No. They've drafted a quarterback. They have not drafted a quarterback in round 1 since Archie Manning. They've drafted quarterbacks. They drafted Jake Haener last year. They drafted kid out of Colorado State, Garrett Grayson. They drafted Sean Canfield. They drafted, who's the kid from Mississippi State? We thought they might make into a Taysom type guy. Anyway, point is, Saints have drafted quarterbacks. They just haven't drafted a quarterback in round 1 since Archie Manning. Ian Book, thank you. They've drafted Ian Book, yes. So they draft quarterbacks. They just haven't taken a quarterback in round 1, except for one time in their franchise history. That was Archie Manning. All right, I'm waiting on Tom Granning to reply. I hope he's still with us here. We got a good crowd here. Right. I was thinking I'd go jump in the shower and get my day rolling, but y'all got the questions rolling. Love it. Where are we? Smash that like button if you would on YouTube. Subscribe up to the channel. Mark Allen, according to Josh Pate, it's been known since the beginning of the season that the defensive staff was not up to the LSU standard. Changes were already in play. Thoughts? So, all right, I don't know what Josh Pate said, so I don't want to react to something that you're saying he said secondhand, because that becomes like a game of telephone, right? And it's a convoluted question, because Jimmy Lindsey was going to be your defensive line coach, and the day before fall camp had started, he had a medical episode, and you had to replace him. So you had a shift on your staff. When you brought in Kerry Cooks from Notre Dame, and then you added Robert Steeples. When you added Steeples, it was giving a young guy a chance, and you knew there were some kids you were recruiting out of DeSmet or whatever the school out of St. Louis. You got Mac Markway, and Makai Wingo was a transfer that year, and he went to high school there, played with Robert Steeples. Anyway, point is, I think you knew with Robert Steeples you were taking a little bit of a flyer on a young guy. So there's some of that is true. But again, I don't know what Josh Pate said. Ryan Dixon, let's see, Devin Johnson, Matt, do you feel LSU has played its best players on defense? Yes. I'm sure Nuss is a fine young man, but he may not win the job next year, especially if another experienced transfer comes in. That's worth watching, and you should bring in a transfer to compete. Strong side, happy Thanksgiving. Jason Walker, Brian Williams. Yeah, brah, happy Thanksgiving. Watching Monty Python on this chilly Turkey Day morning. 'Tis but a scratch. It's just a flesh wound. I don't know if you ever listen to the Fantasy Blitz, whotostart.net on AFR. You hear, King of the Hill, who the Britons. We all are. We all Britons. I'm your king. I didn't vote for you. You don't vote for the king. Why'd you go king then? The Lady of the Lake. Some watery tart threw a sword at you. That's so good. Devin Johnson, Kevin M. Looking like Brian Kelly turned us into OU, not the goal. Defense better be back soon. I don't know that I agree with that, Kevin. I mean, this year is bad. It's bad. But he's also got a long history of hiring really good defensive coordinators. He'll figure it out. Tim Gotro, let's see, Gulf South was in Gatlinburg last weekend. One of the liquor stores had a great collection of whiskey, insane prices. I went there. Gulf South, I know exactly what you're talking about. Man, so whenever we were in Gatlinburg a few summers ago, I popped into every liquor store shopping, and I found the one you're talking. I know exactly the one you're talking about. And they had everything shelved. They had everything shelved, but the prices were obnoxious. Like, nope, getting out of here. There was one place that I found that had some, not super allocated stuff, but good stuff shelved. I remember like Elijah Craig Rye was had just been released. It was super hard to find, a straight rye, and they had it on the shelf. There was a few things I found. A funny story about that is, so I brought a bottle of Eagle Rare, and Erica broke it. We were out on the patio. They had a big fire pit at the cabin we were staying at, and Erica knocked it over and broke it. And so one of my brothers-in-law went to one of these liquor stores, found a bottle of Eagle Rare, and bought it. Paid $200 for it. Eagle Rare is like $30. Like when you find it's $30 MSRP, but because you can't find it, that's what Gulf South is saying. A lot of places will just put it like a 10x on the suggested retail price, put it on the shelf, because they know somebody will come by and pay it. So they'll let it sit for months or however long it takes till someone comes in and just pays it. So my brother-in-law went and paid $200 for a bottle of Eagle Rare. I was like, oh, no, that was not worth it. Eagle Rare is great. I mean, it is a great bottle, but it's not a $200 bottle. Let's see. Henry Price McIntyre is going to be here Saturday. Yeah. Shay Dixon told us about that earlier this week. Tiger Diver, do you think State will pull it out tonight? I do not. Would love it if they did. Michael Thacker, happy Thanksgiving. Any chance Wilson is in Brian Kelly's ear about Corey Raymond? I don't know that it's necessarily Frank Wilson in his ear, but suffice to say that I think there are certainly people around the LSU athletic department that are mentioning the value of Corey Raymond, who, by the way, of course, was back in Tiger Stadium a couple of weeks ago with the University of Florida, and while he was here, may have had a lot of conversations with people who are still friendly with him after his many, many years playing and coaching here. Just saying. Let's see, Joe Parker. What's the schedule for you today, Matt? Y'all have a big family. So I mentioned a bit ago, Joe, we do We do lunch with my family, and then after lunch, we go to Erica's family and spend the rest of the afternoon and evening there. So we split the day, but my family's kind of doing a scale down thing this year. Hopefully we're all back together next year. So I'm a little bummed I won't get to see my cousins and my extended family this year. But my sister's in town from Kansas. We'll go over to my mom and dad's house. So it'll be fun. Let's see. Oh yeah, Ryan Griffith or Griffin from Tulane. They drafted him. Yeah, they drafted Danny Warfel back in the day. They drafted Heath Schuler too, like 93-ish. JJ Pierce, what's going on? 56 times, another great Scone rant. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 56 times. Punch me in the face and spit on me. Leon Williams, there was a Tom and Chick Granig from Natchez. Proud Natchezian here? Okay. I bet you that's him. He didn't reply on Facebook. I'll go back and check it in a second. How was the bottle of you and Hot Rod Pop? We haven't popped it yet. It's still over there. Gregory Gordy, Cliff Nelson gas station right there on Acadian down from St. Joseph's Academy has the same deal. All rare, fine, shelf, 10x price. Everybody gets an allocation. I mean, if you buy all the products, you will get an allocation. But, yeah, some of them just do that, unfortunately. It is that Tom Green. Wardo's Po' Boys, downtown Natchez on the Bluff. There we go. And it's Wardo's Rudolph Roll, December the 9th. Very cool. All right, Tom. So if you're a runner, or if you happen to be in Natchez, make sure you pop into Wardo's Po' Boys, downtown Natchez on the Bluff, and check out our guy, Tom Granning. And if you're a runner, go to the Wardo's Rudolph Roll. There you go. All right, Tom. I love it, man. That's great. Thank you for advertising on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. That's great, man. We appreciate it. How about that? All right, a couple more. Barry Day, Mark Hammond, Blaine Smith. Good to see y'all. All right, I think we're just about done. I got to get going anyway. Trivia Carter, good morning. All right, I got to go. Y'all have an awesome day. Gregory Gordy, I vote Frosty the Snowman. Definitely a Christmas song, not a winter song. Yeah, that triggered Musa the other day. Hey, Erica. Hey, you want to tell everybody Happy Thanksgiving? Why don't you just come over here on camera, Erica, and tell everybody Happy Thanksgiving? She's in a robe with her hair soaking wet. I don't know, she's got some clips in her hair. She's got these big green things under her eyes. What is that?
These are vitamin C.
Let me flip the camera on you.
No, are you? Vitamin C caffeinated eye patches.
You think it'll help me?
Probably.
Well, maybe I'll use some.
Depuffing.
Oh, I need some of that. Look, I got puffy eyes. See it right there.
Happy Thanksgiving morning, Scone crew.
Oh, Gregory Gordy, Ask E-Rock. Frosty, Christmas or winter song?
Christmas. Everything's a Christmas song.
Muso got super triggered about Frosty. Frosty's not a Christmas. It's just winter. It's got nothing to do with Christmas.
You build a snowman at Christmas.
I know. Cliff Nelson, Happy Thanksgiving, E-Rock.
Happy Thanksgiving, Cliff.
Mark Allen said, do it, Matt. I dare you.
Yeah, Mark Allen. I would literally die. Okay,
you would not literally die.
I think I might fall over.
All right, I got to go. Y'all have an awesome day. Happy Thanksgiving. Smash the like button. Subscribe up to the channel. Facebook, like the page, share the post. Love y'all. Have a great time with family today. Be safe out there today. And we'll see you back here tomorrow for Morning Scone. No show today. We are doing AFR tomorrow. So we're back. Our full lineup tomorrow. So OTB, Hunt, AFR, all that. Live at lunch, all that Friday. Full lineup for Football Friday. So we'll see y'all back on the radio mañana. Y'all have a great Thanksgiving. See you. Peace.